right, we're going to go to your phone calls in just one moment. But how about Jesse the Body, huh? He whooped a little Hasselbacking. He talks plainly that the 9/11 Commission didn't investigate anything. He brings up the famous August 6th PDB, which is palatable to your normal mainstream audience. And he was on Stern today as well. And they asked Jesse, hey, what's the new book going to be about? And he said, conspiracies. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're a big 9/11 guy. And he laid it out again, and they were very nice to him again. So, Jesse Ventura, thank you so much for what you do, my friend. All right, let's go to Jason in Washington. Jason, you're on the air.
Hey, what's going on, Jason?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. I've got a swine flu fear-mongering update for you.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, Health Day, and it says swine flu may have infected more than 100,000 Americans. This is written on Sunday.
It was only 5,000 cases.
Yeah,
5,000, Friday. So now it's up to 100,000, eh?
Over the weekend, yeah.
That is one fast-acting, invisible virus that doesn't seem to be affecting anybody at all. That is crazy.
Yeah, but it says by the CDC, the outbreak is not localized, but is spreading and appears to be expanding throughout the U.S. This is
they are really going to try to get everybody to believe that the piggies are going to cause our demise and that we need to take these vaccinations. I mean, 100,000, is this Reuters, AP? What is it?
It's Health Day from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention of the CDC.
Oh, they're such good people at the CDC. They really only have our best interests at heart. I thank you for the call, Jason, and the information. Let's go to Stephen in Texas. Stephen, you're on the line.
Hey, good evening, Mr. Bin Laden from Al-Qaeda, Anta, New York.
Yes, I obviously am Al-Qaeda.
Oh, yeah, my fellow hate criminal extremist. Glad I'm in good company.
Yeah.
And if I'm one of those, charged as one of those, I'm guilty as charged. First of all, I just wanted to say, I don't know if you heard about the latest in the rash of police brutality incidents. I'm a member of Restore the Republic, and I got an email today with a link to and people can go to YouTube and see this. It's a video from a newscast on CNN where, I don't know if you heard about this, it's KVIA Channel 7. It's an ABC News affiliate in El Paso, Texas. But did you hear about this news crew and how they got roughed up by a cop and arrested for going out there to cover a car wreck?
That might be an older story. That was last week. I did get that. I think I covered it really briefly on the show, but I didn't play the clip. I was more disturbed by this story I was about to cover today. This is out of the Mirror, so this is out in the United Kingdom. Motorist stopped by police for laughing at wheel. Okay, Gary Sanders, 47, was speaking on a hands-free phone while driving to work when he got the giggles. But Mercy Tunnels failed to see the funny side and ordered the Liverpool businessman to pull over. A traffic officer told him laughing while driving a car can be an offense. After lengthy questioning, the officer concluded that there was nothing he could book Gary for and let him go. But Gary, managing director of Spontes Workwear, was told to produce his license at a police station, which took a further hour, making him miss an appointment. So the cop pulled him over, stopped him, I guess let him go, but then ordered him to a cop station where he had to have his license run for over an hour, all for laughing at the wheel. That's pretty crazy, huh?
Okay, so let's see now. You're a criminal if you don't hold on to the rail of an escalator. You're a criminal if you drop a piece of a sausage roll in the park and the birds eat it up, but you're a polluter. You're a criminal if you, go out as a newscaster and do your job. I mean, when I saw this, because I just heard about this today, I was livid. I wanted to reach through the screen of my computer and just clock this cop because he was so arrogant. And I actually called the news station out there, and I just told them, I commended them, and I said, you tell those reporters they did nothing wrong. I know that, but I just wanted to commend them. And I told the lady, she said that the cop, he's been demoted. I said, no, he needs to be fired. And I said, you know what, you people need to sue the snot out of that guy. We need to send a message to these criminals. I'm sick and tired. I'm like, Alex, I'm just sick and tired of it. The other thing I wanted to mention real quick, there's a really excellent site that everybody can go to. There's a doctor up in Chicago, Illinois named Dr. Joseph Mercola. This guy has such a storehouse of information about health-related issues, and you can there's a search box. You can put in any issue, and he's got tons of information. And I saved on my computer, you're talking about the flu tonight, from back in, I think it's October 2004, and I'll forward this to you in an email, but this is an article entitled Flu Deaths Outrageously Exaggerated to Increase Vaccine Sales. The estimated 36,000 a year they say happen in the United States don't actually happen. It's nowhere near that. And, of course, the reason is because they want to sell the flu vaccine. That's one of their cash cows. But, of course, we also know it's because they wanted people to take the vaccine because that's what will make them sick and kill them. But I'll forward this article to you. But it's Mercola.com. He's got tons of information on any subject to do with health, and he's totally on board. In fact, he's had some stuff in his emails he sends out about the economy and how they're imploding it. So he's
all right, we'll
pretty
check
much
it out,
on board
Stephen.
with this.
All right, we'll check it out. Thanks for the call, brother. Let's go to Phil in New York. Phil, you're on the air.
Hey, Jason. Thanks for taking my call, man. How
You
are
got
you
it.
today?
Good.
I wanted to get your take on this. Have you ever seen the film Who Killed John O'Neill?
You know, I've never made it all the way through the end, but I actually spent some time with the guys that created it back in 2005 in Chicago. And I did see the very beginning. There's some really interesting stuff in there, but it's kind of like a noir, black and white, fictional story based on reality. The guy doesn't really look a lot like John O'Neill, and it's not really based on his life, just around his investigation into the funding of bin Laden. And it gets into Kroll and all these other things, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, it was interesting, and the guy's very interesting, too. It's just that, you know, I stick to documentaries just because, you know what? I mean, let's look at a lot of these 9/11 films that aren't documentaries. Who Killed John O'Neill is excellent. You know, I would actually recommend people go check that out. It's free on Google Video and whatever. But then there's also The Reflecting Pool, and now there's Able Danger. These things aren't really getting a mainline release, and they don't really lend too much credibility being a B movie about a 9/11 conspiracy, when there's plenty of good documentaries that are as compelling, if not more compelling, that give people, you know, the straight facts. Now, with Who Killed John O'Neill, it's a little different because I don't think there's really been a documentary that lays out all the financial ties in the way that does, or even presents that much information. Now, you know, as a filmmaker myself, I've kind of shied away from those issues because they can get kind of bland and boring, and they don't pack the same kind of punch. I mean, people can only watch, you know, articles on a screen with a voiceover so much. You've got to have news articles, not just news articles, television news on top of interviews with people and all that other stuff. And there aren't, other than Indira Singh, there's not a lot of people talking about Kroll. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, I thought it was a really compelling film. It made me think, and it was cool because the way they did it is they had the guy split himself up. He played all these different characters of all these different personalities within himself, like the paranoid, the skeptic, you know, the laptop guy. It was really cool. I have it up on my YouTube page as my featured video. It's youtube.com/911InfoWarrior. If anybody wants to watch it, it's a good film. I suggest everybody check it out.
All right, cool, man. Thanks for the call. Let's jump to Dustin in Texas. Dustin, you're on the line.
Jake,
how you doing?
Thanks a lot. Hey, I'm here in Austin, and apparently you get wide viewership. I listen to the Alex Jones show a lot, and I actually remember Alex. He was driving a school bus around the state capitol with his microphone, kind of like the role he did in
Waking Life, yeah.
Yeah, Waking Life. So I'm kind of old school. I'm still young. I'm 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody calling in's got to relax. Like, I understand that this is kind of our drug of choice because we've all tapped into something we all, it's common ground for us.
Yeah.
But everybody's got to, we're at the point where we know what their agenda is. They've already come out in every movie, out of Hollywood, every newscast, everything they're telling us, the New World Order here, everybody, Michael Savage, everybody, it's all taking its clamps down, and so we got to take it to the next step. Everybody.
What
else,
is that next step?
Well, here's the thing. Everybody's calling in talking about the flu. The flu. We know they're going to do something in the flu season. Everybody needs to prepare and stock up, obviously. Whatever that means. I don't want to. Everybody knows what I mean. You know, you do. But there's deeper spiritual things going on right now. Like, you know, I don't know if everybody knows about Venus and Venus retrograde. Jason, I really called to ask you, are you aware of September 11th and the significance of it as a date and occultism and stuff?
Yeah, you know, I know about the raising or the building of the towers and then only to destroy them. I know it's a very occultic day. The thing is,